to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. The People's Bank of China has told major state-run banks to prepare to shed dollar holdings while snapping up offshore yuan, which has continued to fall despite prior interventions. The scale of the latest efforts to prop up the yuan will be big and could provide a floor to the Chinese currency. The amount of dollars to be sold hasn't yet been decided yet. The retainer has stated that it would primarily involve the state bank's currency reserves. Their offshore branches, including those based in Hong Kong, New York, and London, were ordered to review offshore yuan holdings and check to see the dollar reserves are ready. On Thursday, the yuan fell 0.9% to 7.1340 against the dollar and is on track for its worst annual decline since 1994, having lost more than 11% so far this year. Earlier this week, China's offshore yuan this week depreciated to a record low against the greenback, and its domestic units fell its weakest level since 2008 financial crisis. The Federal Reserve's hawkish policy path has bolstered the dollar to 20-year high this year, putting pressure on other central banks and triggering a reserve currency war. While a weaker currency can sometimes be beneficial as it means exports get cheaper, the yuan's recent decline below the physiological threshold of $7 has raised concerns. The People's Bank of China has consistently imposed a strong bias to its currency reference rate to help support the yuan. Central bank officials have also issued verbal warnings against speculating on the yuan and increased the cost of shorting the currency, but it has refrained from raising benchmark rates, instead has been erasing them in efforts to spark growth in an economy that has been dragged down by the pandemic lockdowns, a real estate crash, and supply chain snags. So this is all I'm saying, right? Because realistically, I would love to hear other people's opinions about this in the comment description below. The main thing that I'm just going to tell people is to just look out and pay attention to the signs and look at everything that's going on in the world. If you see major money moves or shifts, you might want to pay attention to where all of that money is going and where it is headed and where it is not heading, and where all of that money is getting directly pulled from, because any and everything will have an effect on the economy. Everything is intertwined and tied together. So some way, somehow, if money disappears from the stock market or it's shifted somewhere else, that means that there's going to be less money in other places and different things of that nature. Just like if you have money in a sense disappearing from the home, what does that mean? You're going to have less people spending money or wanting to freely give away money back to the economy. People are going to be very tight gripped with their money, and that's going to be a problem for everything, because in order for the system that we have in America to run the way that it is running currently at this moment in time, we need people, right, in order to spend money. So that's all I'm saying. People just pay attention to the signs and look at where everything is going and where everything is heading, and make sure you do your due diligence and your research in order to prepare for what's to come.